Thoughts and Meditations, page 312. January 23rd, 1916. O divine inhabitant of this grass farm, thou seest that it is a mass of limitations. Wilt thou not break all these limitations so that it may participate in thy infinity? Thou seest that it is full of obscurities. Wilt thou not dissolve this darkness with thy resplendent light, so that it may participate in thy brightness? Thou seest it burdened with ignorant impurities. Wilt thou not consume all these impurities with thy devouring fire of love, so that the being in its integrality may now become one in all consciousness with thee? Dost thou not find that this somber and sorrowful experience of egoistic separativity has lasted long enough for the earth and humanity? Has not the hour struck in the universe for this phase of development to be replaced by another, dominated by the pure and vast consciousness of thy unity? Unceasingly, at every moment, my invocation rises to thee, and I call thee, Lord. O Lord, take possession of thy kingdom, illuminate it with thy eternal presence, put an end to the cruel error in which it lives, believing itself separate from thee, while in its reality and essence it is thyself. Break, break down the last resistances, consume the last impurities, blast this being if need be, but let it be transfigured. Tokyo, June 7, 1916. Long months have gone by in which nothing could be said, for it was a period of transition, of passing from one equilibrium to another, vaster and more complete. The outer circumstances were manifold and new, as if the being needed to accumulate many perceptions and observations in order to give a more extensive and complex base to its experience. But being entirely plunged within this experience, it did not have the necessary perspective to see it as a whole, to know what it was, and above all, where it was leading. Suddenly, on the 5th of June, the veil was rent and there was light in my consciousness. When I contemplated thee in thy individual form, O Lord of eternity, and implore thee to take possession of thy knowledge of the flesh, thou didst set again into motion, into activity, this vital form, which for the necessity of development and unification had been living for years in a passivity that was receptive and harmonious, but alien to all active manifestation of thy will. This return to activity meant a completely new adaptation of the vital instrument, for its natural tendency is always to resume action with its old habits and methods. This period of adaptation was long, painful, sometimes obscure, though behind the perception of thy presence and perfect surrender to thy law were immutable and quite strongly conscious for any disturbance to shake the being. Gradually, the vital being grew accustomed to find harmony in the intensest action as it had in passive surrender. And once this harmony was sufficiently established, there was light again in all the parts of the being, and the consciousness of what had happened became complete. Now, in the heart of action, the vital being has discovered the perception of infinity and eternity. It can perceive thy supreme beauty and live it in all sensations and all forms, even in its every sensation, extended, active, fully developed to feel contrary sensations at the same time. Always it perceives thee. It is not aware, however, that this is only one stage, and it bows before thee in a profound adoration and tells thee, Lord, thou hast taken up thy instrument again and will to use it for action. The instrument knows its imperfection and impurity and implores thy mercy to perfect and purify it, so that day by day, through a progressive disappearance of all its preferences and limitations, it may be able to manifest thee more integrally.